parenting styles and its effect on children. So, parenting styles define the way or method parents use when raising their child. These styles can be altered due to families' implementation of the style, as well as their cultural background. These parenting styles sculpt their child's future and their behavior in the future. So over the years, parenting has been divided into three main styles. Those three main styles were theorized by Diana Baumried, who was known for theorizing the three main styles of parenting. They are the authoritarian, permissive, and authoritative. The first style, authoritarian, can be defined as controlled with high expectations and very little feedback from the parents. It promotes obedience with strict guidelines that the child is required to follow. On the contrary, permissive can be defined as completely the opposite. There's basically no guidelines and no responsibility placed on the child. They're basically free to behave on their own. And the last style, authoritative, is the combination of both authoritarian and permissive. The parents set boundaries. As long as the child follows them, there's no problems, and they receive lots of feedback. So my issue is, no matter what, parents will affect their child's future and their style, whether that be good parenting or bad parenting, it'll affect them in some way. So that led me to my three main perspectives, which were the parents, my second was the children, and my third was their academic outcomes. Now, authoritarian shows results ranging from low self-esteem, social anxiety, aggression, unable to accept failure, and easily conforms to others, which means that basically they follow the rules set by others because of their household rules. And some positive factors from authoritarian is that authoritarian parenting makes the child develop the want to do things in the correct manner. It makes them more responsible, and it makes them more ambitious. Permissive emphasizes freedom and doesn't reinforce a structure or a rule set. And the parents act more like friends rather than parents themselves. This causes the chance for the child to make poor decisions, low achievements, which means lack of ambition, and bad time management skills. Positive effects include self-confidence, exploration, and creativity because they have the freedom to pretty much explore and behave in whatever way they want to. And as shown in the namesake, Gogol's parents use what can be described as permissive parenting because Gogol was basically allowed to do whatever he pleased, like changing his name and acting however he liked. Authoritative can be identified when parents combine aspects of both styles, like high expectation and lots of feedback. One con on this style would be trying to find the correct balance in methods, like not giving too much freedom or too much punishment. Positive aspects of the style are an increase in respect in a social environment, increase in school success, and leadership ability. That leads to my three possible solutions, which are finding the best parenting style for both parties. My second would be just raise the child with your forced parenting style, just whatever you want. And my third would be just to use the authoritative style because it's the most recommended and most successful. However, there are limitations because there may not be a style that works for every family because due to the cultural background, there may be differences and families can implement different things. Second would be that there's no communication between parent and child with the forced relationship, which can lead to bad choices in the future. With more rules in the parenting style, the child would be more reliant on the rules, which means that they need someone to guide them and be there for them and order them around. Therefore, my final solution would be to communicate guidelines between parents and children. That way, rules are established and communicated to the parents and children. And as we've also seen in the ritualistic synchrony, that communication has a beneficial trade-off in social cohesion as well as cooperation.
What information did you need that you weren't able to find or locate? How did you go about trying to find that information?
Information that I needed, but I wasn't able to find, would have been information about like parent structure and how like their own rules and how they differed from a different foreign family's rules, if that makes sense. And I tried to find that by focusing on one foreign country like Chinese or Indian or Native American.
All right, Jonah, what advice would you have for other researchers who consider your topic?
Some advice I would consider, or I would suggest, would be to really dig deep into Diana Brown-Reed's research, because she theorized these three main topics, and she has a lot more connections to any of the papers that are on this topic.